Okay, yo, Officer Kern, Law Dog reporting live to you right downtown, 1415 Truxton Avenue. Let me turn this shit around again real quick. We pulled up, we acquired our parking spot. Let's just say that woman that's been reaching up her dress.
She probably needs first the Met team. And then she needs to go see the clinic about that thing up her
Well,
dress.
what we're trying to figure out is why they're not coming after her with handcuffs. But boy, they'll be waiting for Charles and I to put handcuffs on us.
Yeah, we're about ready to go in there to see old Uncle Tom Bradley King, and but I swear that was old Uncle Cooper.
Where?
That pushed that white woman out of the place, and then she came staggering through here like. But when I look back there, I mean, you know, you got Heckle and Jekyll down there running the fucking show, and then you got these white women that they're abusing, and there was one you all just saw at the beginning of this video. But anyway, today we go see Uncle Tom Bradley King.
Oh, hey, y'all.
And why do we go see? What are we here for today?
I forgot to introduce Officer Karen Law Dog and Charles Wallace Hanson IV reporting live to you on a Monday morning, 22nd of December. Yesterday was Joe Paterno's, what would have been his birthday. Today is where the motion to suppress is going to be heard down in the tribunal, the basement. Now, folks, we've been reporting live to you since 2021 with record picture and video evidence of ongoing retaliation, intimidation, collusion, coercion, and an organized effort to bully, harass, target, defame, punish, single out for unfair treatment, selectively enforce against and extort money from law-abiding citizens like Charles Wallace Hanson IV and me, to prevent us from exercising our constitutionally protected legal right to criticize and expose the corruption and Charles doesn't like the word incompetence, but in court they have a word for it. It's called negligence. Because the sad thing is, even though we can prove it's been intentional, they've got a thing called qualified immunity, and they're abusing their authority.
We got a thing called the internet. So you guys take your qualified immunity, shove it up your ass, because if your neighbors think that's okay, tell them to say hi to Scribner for us.
Yeah.
But right now, Scribner, you better work on your end game, because you won't pass the Fed smell test.
Well, and that's where I was going with this, folks. I want to point out this isn't Cynthia Jane Frank's Finger Zimmer's first rodeo of making child sex charges disappear like it never happened. If you recall, back in 2022, that's when the Muffin Man was out on bail facing 3 felony child sex charges because he wanted to show his schlong to who he thought was a 14-year-old boy at an Oildale Park in a neighborhood near you. And in that 94-page investigative report that Zimmer made all go away, he was actually...
She couldn't make it all go.
Well, no, because a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 1,000 pictures, but a screenshot's forever and priceless. But let me get back to this. What's concerning is in that 94-page investigative report was language that any person that would read that would conclude that it was grooming. He was telling who he thought was a 14-year-old boy how to disarm the home surveillance so the young lad could sneak out behind his parents' back at night. I mean, and she made it all go away. And then because I criticized her office right here in this very parking spot in front of 1415 Truxton Avenue with my disabled placard, she was coming out of court and I criticized her. I exercised my First Amendment right to criticize her because that's what they are held to, a higher standard. They are public servants. and especially when they're elected into service. But even police officers, same thing. And here we have Caymen crying like a bitch.
Oh, Caymen, my bitch.
And it was Childers, no less. Now, you all want to talk about the corruption? Childers just does as she's told.
Something to disclose.
She just does as she's told, like she did on Scrivener. But you know what? She's the one that signed that emergency protective order that Caymen didn't even seek himself. His buddies did in the department on his behalf, alleging that he's afraid. Afraid of what? My tongue and my pen. What I can expose. Because I've never made any threats against anybody, especially a law enforcement officer that carries a gun and a badge.
Who, Pussy Caymen?
Yes.
Oh, what?
And she gave him that. And then when it expired, he went over to the civil division because, you know, Peter doesn't know what Paul's doing. He goes over there and gets a restraining order. And they lie about how they diligently tried to serve me. And they did not serve me lawfully. I was 3,000 miles across the other on the other side of the country, and I'm very public on my social media. And if you didn't want to find me, if you said you couldn't find me, it's because you didn't want to find me. But that's okay. I paid a lawyer money to set that default aside that was taken against me. That's an unlawful order. You cannot infringe upon my rights to criticize, question, and publicize wrongdoing, especially RICO criminal activities. So we're headed into court today because this brings me to the most recent attack on the law dog and the lap dog. You know, the substandard handyman that wasn't contracted, well, he was contracted, but he wasn't licensed. So therefore he shouldn't have been contracted, and we never did find out who the other guy was that he slipped into my house that was actually the one that escalated everything.
He was in there for a month, every month straight. What were you hiding in that
His first
house?
visit into my house was in April, then twice in May. And
suspiciously, it sounds like the common denominator here is batteries had to be switched out, is what I would say. This motherfucker, it's okay. He's done. If he was smart, you have...
Blow the whistle.
We can't... This is a law dog asshole. She can't give advice. Ain't nobody gonna beat her price, but I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I'd first go fucking get me a lawyer and fucking don't try to lie on his ass. Get your little honey and say, this is what this company, what's the name of that?
American Home Shield.
American Home Shield. They made me do this. They told me I had to do this. I was unhireable. Nobody was gonna hire me. You should be on your knees right now, bitch, thanking us, everybody in this room, for giving you a fucking job. And you know why? Because you will probably have a settlement of your own.
We better get inside.
So, anyway, I want to say, but today we got, we're on our way down to the tribunal.
So it's the motion to suppress the poisoned fruit that was obtained from an unlawful search and seizure, and of course everything after that, including the arrest,
and Uncle Tom,
the denied standard of care.
And Uncle Tom Bradley King hasn't figured it out. It's been over a year. And but we're gonna go find out, you know, what's he been smoking today. Other than that, your white woman's running loose around here, King. So you might want to call your might want to call Zimmer or Youngblood, because that's who they call when they have problems up in Tehachapi with people that are.
Did you finish your protein shake, Charles?
Nah, open it up. I'll finish it.
Okay, honey, because you should get something to eat. You should get something to eat, honey.
We got lunch to look forward to, because I know that money's not mine.
Okay, come on. Look, they still milking that remediation. Look, I'm going to turn this around. They still got the second floor all.
They still got.
They got the second floor all bagged off, and
Still collecting envelopes.
yeah, they're
trying
still
to meet their Christmas quota.
they're still collecting their envelopes. Charles said, because it's not quite Christmas time. You saw all the Christmas parties. That's the best time to give out envelopes.
Plus, you know, you're losing all the drug boats. That's a big problem right there.
Oh yeah.
Now you're losing the oil boats. That's a bigger problem there because they got oceans of oil. They're like South. They're like Iraq. They didn't need the deal. Why? Because they got oil. What about Venezuela? They got oil.
This stupid thing.